Okily dokily. All right, we're gonna talk about this setup for a minute. So this weekend, oh, cheers everybody. Cheers. Drinking the beer that shall not be named because everybody hates it right now, but anyways, we got the back part kind of roughed in. Everything's just kind of dry fit on the back. And we got our template board up, and we got some lines to kind of figure out where we want to have some plywood. But the thing I'm most proud of course, is the whole. We got the slide for the cooler, and it actually slides out far enough to allow the lid to clear. So we had to get, this is a almost an 18-inch, right around an 18-inch tray, but we had to get 22-inch slides to allow it to go all the way out. So we had to come out the back a little bit. So yeah, we had to do that. And today also I noticed how the frame is kind of bowing. It's hard to see it in with the light. There's too much backlight, but that's unfortunate. I thought the steel would stay nice and straight, but for some reason, as we got all this weight on here now, it's been bowing. But anyways, we got this all together and it's working pretty good. Slides out real nice. We'll have to make some kind of locking mechanism to keep it in there. Then right here we're gonna have drawers. I got some more of these dresser drawers that I'm gonna cut up, put in there, and I got some more heavy duty roller guides. And then I was thinking about doing the top drawer where I was gonna notch out a little bit and then put in a flat panel. It's kind of sunken down, and then put this on top because this is actually too wide for the drawers. The drawers are just like a quarter of an inch too skinny for that to fit into. So I was thinking about doing that on the top one, so it'd be like a combination stove. When you pull it out, put it on the thing, take the plate, and it could be a cutting board if you wanted it to be cutting board, and then that top drawer would be like silverware underneath. But I don't know if that's really worth it. I don't know if I'm really going to do that. Not sure. And then this here, this is going to be kind of a, what would you call it? Like kind of like a step up. It's going to step up about 3-4 inches. If we look at our template here, we're going to step up 3 or 4 inches right there and probably have a flat board across the whole way. And that's going to be, on this side will be cabinets facing that way for the galley. And then this compartment here going all the way across, it's going to run all the full length, is going to be for more storage. And then of course that's going to be storage down there. And I think what I'm going to do is from probably right about here, I'm going to have the outside door kind of follow the curve of the roof, and so it's going to come like here down to here. And even though it's going to run into the side of this cabinet here, I was thinking about stealing like 8 inches of the cabinet from the sides on both sides, that side and this side. So right here, instead of having a cabinet wall, as soon as you open up the door, we'd have that same curved door here, and when you open up the door, it would set in about 8 inches. So you'd have a little cubby right here, and then of course that blue line there is going to be the line where that's all cabinets facing that way, all the way down that way, and then it'd be all open space from here over there. But right here where my hand is, I'm probably going to have that water heater. It's probably where that's going to go. And then of course I'm going to need to do some take some insulation and build a box for exhaust air right here. And I'm gonna have some vents in the door that can suck in air, and then there's vents right here where there's gonna blow out air. So that's gonna be my ventilations for the heater, get the hot air out. Not the heater, the air conditioner. The heater is still sitting in there. Kind of disappointed with that thing because the low setting is still really hot. I mean, it won't go any lower than that. It doesn't have like an intermittent mode, so it's gonna burn me out of here real quick. But anyways, back to our diagram. See if we can get you over there. This little box right here is just going to be a little corner box to kind of follow the corners. So this board will probably get notched out. And over there, you can see the battery. We notched out the cabinet right there to get the battery stacked too high over there. So we're going to wrap a little column on each corner and make that a little storage cubby for no good reason other than because, you know, we got to do something to kind of hide that hole. And then this upper box is going to be the upper cabinet facing this way. And then I haven't really decided if I'm going to put that board in there or not. I was kind of thinking I'll put a board there and then have this wall gone, so this cabinet is open into this where you can reach up from this side all the way into there. Kind of like that idea, but I mean, it would be reaching really far deep in there to get into that. I could do it. I know I can reach that far. The wife will never be able to reach that far. So I'm not sure if that's really what I want to do or not in that area. So for now, this is what I'm thinking at the moment. And right now I'm thinking probably have the hatch hinge right here, but I could have it hinge right there. And then this could be a flat spot right here. So when it hinges, you've got a little cubby up on top for random items. And then when the lid is closed, of course, the lid itself, because the lid would be closed, the lid itself would keep anything from flying around. So it'd be a little tiny micro shelf. I would probably lower it a couple inches past that line. I'd probably have it right about like this. So there'd be a little cubby space in there. But then when the hatch is up, you'd be looking at the stuff. I don't know if I really want to be looking at the stuff. And you'd have to be mindful not to close the lid and have something sitting there that's too tall. Because if you had something too tall, then you're going to damage something, whether it's the item or the lid. And I'm kind of leaning towards hinging the door right there anyway, just because it would be shorter door, lighter. I mean, this door is going to be really wide. You know, here to there is almost 7 feet. So having a 7-foot wide hatch that's shorter, because it's going to have to come from here down to here and then down past there. So having a shorter door would be nice, be a little bit lighter. But again, I'm not sure, you know, this whole back section is more of a patchwork. I've been trying to just, like this here is you know, 2 pieces of plywood, and then there's 2 more in there, and you know, I've been trying to just kind of wing it. So I haven't had a solid plan. It would have been nice if I had some kind of CAD program and I could have, you know, mapped all this out. That would have been nice. But I didn't want to spend the time finding one, paying for one, and then spending all the time sitting on one, because that's just a lot of time spent. So I'd rather just get to it. But in doing that, you know, we're kind of going and figuring things out step by step. But it's hard to see the profile on the side like this. But yeah, that's where we're at, and we're gonna have to, of course, the water tank is waiting until once I get all this glued down and screwed from underneath, and all those holes patched, all the screw holes are filled back in, painted up, then I'll get the tank in there. I don't want to get the tank in there until, especially I'm gonna have a bulkhead that goes right in here. pretty much right at the end of here. It's going to go across, and I want that bulkhead to be nice and strong, kind of a structural member, to try and keep that cabinet and this cabinet from flexing too much. I don't know if that's really going to help though. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment. So let's see, did I do anything else? No, that's pretty much as far as we've got this weekend. So, yep, fun times.